Are we recording? Hey. Okay. Welcome to my little YouTube channel. Pretty much in this video, I am going to give you 5 tips for getting hired by Cirque du Soleil. So I is a Cirque du Soleil artist. Just gonna, not talk about it. I wanna give you guys 5 tips and kind of tricks that I think really helped me get hired. For artists that are in training and are working towards, this lofty goal of being a Cirque du Soleil artist, it kind of can feel like, what do you do? How do you get in? What's the database? I don't understand. When are the auditions? And it's a lot. And if I had probably known all these 5 things, I probably would have got hired a lot sooner. I mean, I did get hired pretty quickly, but it just so happened that I was very, very strategic about how I went about this. So let me give you a little bit of background on me. I was a competitive acrobatic gymnast for probably 10 years. I started around the age of 6 and I finished around 15. Yeah, that's gonna lead me into my first tip: have the background. So a lot of you who are, maybe in your 20s and you're all of a sudden decided you want to be a Cirque du Soleil artist, that's great. I've literally seen it happen. So don't think that, I haven't been training my whole life, it's never going to work. I have seen it happen. Some people are in their 30s and they all of a sudden decide they want to be a circus artist and they want to work for Cirque du Soleil. It is totally possible. The thing is though, if you're starting later, you have to create that background. You have to start building your skill set. So I'm very lucky because I spent years and years and years training in acrobatic gymnastics. That did not leave me. Even though I didn't train for 6 years, that skill set and that background was there. So when I came back into this world and I decided I wanted to be serious about pursuing my dream for working for Cirque, everything kind of came back quickly. And so it's a lot more than just finding that one thing that you want to be good at. You need to be a well-rounded artist. I'm lucky because in my time off of training from acrobatic gymnastics, I pursued dance. So now not only did I have this skill set, but I had this one. I started taking acting classes. So now I had this, and this. Anything you can do to better yourself as an artist is going to help. Anything, absolutely anything. It doesn't matter if you're a trampolinist, it doesn't matter if you want to be a hand balancer. My advice to you is round yourself out. Do whatever you can to build your resume, whatever it takes. You have to dance. People think that, oh, I'm a circus artist, it doesn't matter. No, you are an artist. You have to be able to move. You have to understand music. You have to be able to act. You have to be able to stand there and tell a story and be interesting to an audience member. And that's what's gonna make you different. It's what's gonna make you stand out above other people. First tip is definitely have the background. Build it if you don't have it. Second tip, train with the right people. I was very lucky. I happened to be in San Diego and I started training at the San Diego Circus Center. The San Diego Circus Center is owned by Jean-Luc Martin, who has tons and tons and tons of connections with not only Cirque du Soleil, but other companies in the circus industry. He completely opened my eyes to what this world was because I didn't even really understand what the industry looked like and how to get my foot in the door. Just being in his presence and under his wing really gave me a huge edge. Find the right people and put yourself in their presence and train. That might mean making a big decision like moving somewhere else. Maybe you need to move to San Diego to train under Jean-Luc. Maybe you need to move to Montreal to go train under the incredible coaches that are there. This is a dream. This is a big dream, and you have to be willing to do whatever it takes to make it happen. Sometimes that's what it is. So really finding not only the right coaches, but also the right people to surround yourself with. I was surrounded by a group of individuals who all wanted the same thing. We all wanted to work for Cirque. We all pushed each other. We all went to auditions together. It was just a really great 9 months of training for me. Moving on to tip number 3, audition everywhere. literally everywhere. You're not gonna get hired by Cirque just by auditioning for Cirque. You need to audition all over the place. You might think it's not for you. For example, there was Le Rev casting call. I knew what their auditions were like. I knew they were very strenuous and strength-based. I'm not a strong artist. I'm small, I'm very limber. I was like, you know, this is not for me. But I went to the audition anyway. I trained for it seriously anyway. And guess what? I got hired. I got a job. My first job. That moved me to Vegas. Le Rev. I started auditioning in January, I think. I auditioned for Le Rev. I did my Cirque du Soleil audition in April. And here's the other thing is when you're at these auditions, you need to listen. You need to be present. These talent scouts are there to help you. They're really there to guide you and they're gonna give you advice. The talent scout at my audition, you know, told me this is what you should work on. If you're a great flyer, maybe you should start learning duo trapeze. I think that hand to trapeze is a really up and coming thing and you should learn it because you might have a future in it with your acro background. I was like, okay. Literally the next day started learning duo trapeze and started training it. That was probably mid-April. Next thing I know, I'm being offered a contract for duo trapeze in August. But there's more to it. I went to another audition and I showed them an entirely new hand to trapeze act. I gave them exactly what they asked for. If someone in the industry, or especially if someone in Cirque is giving you advice, follow it, do it, absolutely. I mean, it really all comes down to how badly you want this. I had said it before, I would have mopped the floor for Cirque du Soleil, and if they told me to learn duo trapeze, I was ready. The next day I was learning it and training it every single day from that point. And it got me here. So it is possible. Just do it, listen, audition. Which actually brings me to tip number 4, which is work. You have to work. You have to have some sort of income. You're gonna have to find a way to finance your training. Some people have family, some people, I don't know where they get their money. I was not so lucky. Any gig that came my way, I took it, and I tried as hard as I could to negotiate. So hard because you don't want to take any job and you don't want to mess with the economy that's going on in this gig working circus world. You know, don't take a job where you're getting paid $100 to do a 10-minute long act 3 times in one day. That's absolutely ridiculous. Talk to people so you understand what the pay should look like and what is reasonable and what is fair, and work. You have to work. Take the jobs, do the gigs, do all the things. I actually did my first duo trapeze gig in a high school, and that was my first time ever performing duo trapeze, and I was terrified. But I did it anyways, mostly for the money, but here I am now being a duo trapeze flyer for Cirque du Soleil. So take the jobs. Now the 5th tip and trick that I'm gonna give you, probably one that you don't really hear about so much in circus. You hear about it in other things. So I have a background, an academic background. Every single day, every single workshop, every single class that you go to, every professor will tell you, you need to network. What the heck does that mean? What does that look like? Well, in the circus industry, it looks like going to the right parties. It looks like being at all the events. It looks like being at all the auditions. Finding whatever way to talk to one of the 7 fingers. How you can talk to Stacy Clark. One night I found myself having drinks with Stacy, and you best believe I was there talking up what I do, who I am, how badly I want it. I was talking to another acrobatic scout in Cirque at a bar. I was going to every single party and event to make sure that they knew who I was, they remembered my face, they knew what I did, and that they knew that I wanted it. I made it very, very clear. I want this. I want this so badly. And, you know, I let Cirque du Soleil know when I was moving to Vegas and when I was working for Le Rev, this is my situation, but I still want this. This is my dream. I mean, really, that's pretty much it. If this is your dream, you're gonna do whatever it takes, and that's really all it comes down to, is do whatever it takes to be a Cirque artist. It's not easy, it's not, but getting to do what you love every single night and getting to be on stage in front of an audience every single night, twice a night, is the greatest job that I could possibly ever imagine. Just being able to say that I'm a Cirque du Soleil artist brings all the pride. I mean, it's everything. It is 100% the dream, and if you want this, it is possible. It is so possible. Just go for it. I mean, if you have any questions or anything specific to my story at all, go ahead and comment below. I will get back to you. Send me an email and subscribe because I'm gonna be posting more videos. Okay, bye friends.